Hello and welcome to the 64th Annual Lilac Parade. I'm Kate Burke, the Communications Specialist for the Village of Lombard, and welcoming you today. Lombard is known as the Lilac Village. In the first 2 weeks in May, we honor that lilac heritage with a number of spectacular events. And after a period of these 2 weeks, we've enjoyed all kinds of different things like tea tastings, tours in LilaCia Park, and the Arts and Crafts Show, and many other ones, including a ball for our just honored and coronated Lilac Queen and her court. So it is a spectacular time, and despite the gloomy weather today, we have thousands of parade goers lining along the streets, all ready for today's parade. And this is the 64th one, and the theme is musical stage and screen. So you're in for a real treat. You have the front row spot, and we're anxious to get this started. Returning our two commentators. One is Judy Pilek, she's the managing news editor for WGN Radio, and Yvonne Virgo, who is our executive director of the Lombard Chamber. Welcome, ladies. Glad you're here.
Thank you, Kate. I don't know what she means about the weather. It's absolutely fabulous out here today.
I know.
Well, Lilac time is set to be the best time of the year for the Lilac community to gather together and beam with pride. Now, Colonel Plum would be so happy to see how beautiful his town looks with all the lilacs in full bloom and its glorious smells wafting throughout the community. Now, the 2018 Lilac Time celebration began just 2 weeks ago, and the final event for the season leads us to the excitement of today, the grand finale, the Lilac Parade.
Judy, it's estimated that there are approximately 16,000 people that line up along the 2.5-mile parade route every year, and you can see scores of families enjoying the fun. The parade features some of the finest of Lombard organizations and community groups participating today, and viewers here and at home will see some outstanding performances from local and statewide groups and hear great music from our local high school and middle school marching bands. Parade is always the third Sunday in May, and this one is parade number 64.
Now, I wonder how many of our viewers are aware that the parade committee began to plan this current Lilac Parade barely after last year's parade. So for today's parade, the planning started last September. From then on, the committee members met monthly, discussed revisions, brainstormed fundraising efforts, contacted previous participants, and found new contributors. Eventually, the work ramps up in February when applications are processed and the lineup is subsequently completed, and then the big day in May.
Here's some details on today's parade. The theme is musicals of stage and screen. The parade steps off at the corner of Main and Wilson Avenue at 1:30 p.m. sharp and travels north to Maple Street, where parade goers continue to line up all the way to the parade's ending at Craig and Maple. The last float in the parade always features the 2018 Lilac Queen and her court. So first up are our traditional first responders for the Village of Lombard. And they will be showing up soon, yeah.
Well, here we are. The excitement has finally started. The Lombard Fire Department is the busiest fire department in all of DuPage County. Now, that's based on those facts. You can understand why. In 2017, Lombard Fire Department answered 5,049 EMS calls, plus an additional 1,543 calls. They average 18 runs a day with a total of 66 sworn personnel outfitted at least 2 fire stations in town.
I'll do this one then. See, this just says...
Maybe just didn't show up.
This is probably the only time in Lombard where you hear these sirens, and it's a good thing. So in addition to Lombard, there we saw departments from other areas.
Yeah, I saw Westmont, Elmhurst, Villa
York
Park.
Township, Villa Park, yeah.
It's great that they all come out for this great parade. So I think we're a bunch of troopers in Lombard because it's kind of cold today, but look we all come out to support Lilac Time.
It is really, really heartening, right, to see all these people?
Absolutely. It's a party day. It's a great day to get together with friends, neighbors, and family.
Look at all these families out here. It's crazy good.
It's great.
They don't even look cold. And you know why? Because it's really not that cold, just slightly.
This is a heartwarming event. Everybody's got their gloves and their earmuffs out from hiding.
Right, yep. I didn't put mine too far away this year.
No, mine
because,
either.
It was kind of a crazy...
I just took my snow brush out of my car.
Yeah, it was kind of a crazy beginning to the spring season, and I thought, you never know. It is the Chicago area. So next up we have, I'm going to say the police department, right?
Our first responders.
I recognize the sirens.
Our first responders are an amazing group of men and women. The Lombard Police Departments last year went on 43,000 service calls with a 30% increase of DUI arrests and gave out 7,900 traffic citations with a total of 64 sworn personnel on the force. They retired K-9 Officer Chico that can attribute for $4 million in narcotics recovered, 270 drug arrests, 400 motor vehicle searches, and $1 million in cash recovered during his career with the Lombard Police. He deserves a rest after the dog's illustrious career. So I see we've got Lombard, Addison. So Lombard Police Chief Roy Newton is going to join us a little bit later on, and we're going to get a chance to talk to him.
Just going by, Sheriff John Zaruba, a lifelong resident of DuPage County. He's been a member of the DuPage County Sheriff's Office since 1974. He has served as sheriff since April of 1997. Sheriff Zaruba has worked on all facets of the office, including corrections, court security, law enforcement, internal affairs, accreditation, and planning and research. The Sheriff's Office provides law enforcement services for the residents of DuPage County. Maybe not. Now that's a cool looking vehicle.
Yeah.
Kind of a cross between maybe a golf cart and, I don't know, some kind of a military vehicle.
That's somebody from the Lombard Citizens Police Academy.
Oh, awesome. I hear that's such a great program.
Yeah, they've got a great presence here in Lombard. They do quite a bit of work. They certainly helped us out at the Lilac Art and Craft Fair this year.
Yeah, and as I understand it, any citizen in Lombard could apply for the program. It's a great, great thing. I did the FBI Citizens Academy a couple of years ago. One of the best things I've ever done.
I agree. I did it too. I'm a graduate from 2011.
And the FBI?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Nice, yeah.
It was very interesting.
I kind of felt like an FBI agent for a while, but then I realized I wasn't one, so I'm okay with it.
So carrying the banners today are members of the Glombardy's Cheer Squad and Pom Squad. Glombardy's Pom Squad is a group of freshmen through senior girls And they perform dance routines at varsity football games, varsity home basketball games, and also perform assembly and area competitions. The season runs from August to February with tryouts each spring for the following year. So you can see that all of the hotels in Lombard have helped sponsor the parade with hotel motel funds.
Quite a few hotels.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some of the best hotels around. Not to mention a number of other sponsors coming up here too.
And here we come with this year's parade theme.
Musicals of stage and screen. I can't wait to see
That's
how
an
everybody
awesome
has
one.
interpreted that.
Yeah, that will be very interesting, right?
Ah, here comes the VFW.
Here are the Yanks are coming. Combat veterans and their families. Our members served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and Desert Storm. And there's the Lombard Lilac VFW post, 58.
Number 5815.
One of my delicious favorites.
Oh, Dairy Queen, of course.
Dairy Queen. Who doesn't love Dairy Queen?
So that Dairy Queen sign is quite an icon in Lombard. It's one of the few neon signs that you'll see that is one of the original
Dairy
signs.
Queens,
Dairy
yeah.
Queen
You know what?
signs,
That Dairy
yes.
Queen in Lombard looks fabulous. Actually, it's right down the street. Yeah, compared to the newer ones, you know, it's still Dairy Queen, but yeah, there's
This
something
is like
so nostalgic.
iconic.
And,
It's
oh,
iconic.
absolutely.
And did you know that they have lilac dipped dilly bars and ice cream cones for
Is that a new
lilac
thing?
time? Just for lilac time.
Wow.
It's white chocolate, but it's lilac colored.
Well, I hope so.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Is it beautiful and delicious?
Well, I don't know. I haven't had one yet. I have to
Okay,
get down
well,
there.
We'll have to try that. I think
Yes.
it's our duty as the announcers to try that.
I believe you're right.
And the crowds are pretty darn good, I've got to say.
Yeah.
For a day like today, you know what? People look forward to this parade all year.
I think so.
They're not going to
You know,
miss
it is really one of the best parades around in the suburbs here.
Absolutely, in the Chicago area. I've
And
covered many a
this
parade
isn't
in
just
my time.
Lombard people that come to this parade. They come from far and wide.
Right. And a lot of the, a lot of the banners and the floats are people from the surrounding areas. I mean, they come
Absolutely.
as far away as, Yorkville and areas that they have to travel. And yeah, like you say, the people, everyone loves a good parade. Not to mention just all the family and friends who come out to see the floats that maybe their kids are on. And
Lombard pride is alive and well.
yep,
That's
if
for
today is any indication, you are absolutely correct.
So, Judy, have you gotten over to LilaCia Park yet?
I have not.
Well,
Tell me, what does it
it's
smell
in full,
like?
It's in full bloom right now.
Is it?
Smells
See,
great.
this is the time to
and
go.
this is one of those unique years where there are still tulips at the same time as the lilacs.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
It is. The park is
I,
beautiful.
of course, have not been there this year, but I have been there in previous years. It is one of the most stunning gardens to walk
It really
through.
is.
I mean,
It really is.
I would encourage everyone, my gosh, especially if you live in Lombard. And how easy is it to just go and look, right? You just show up and start walking around.
Yeah. Well, so for our viewers, in case you haven't been to LilaCia Park, it's an 8.5 acre horticultural showcase featuring 700 lilacs and 25,000 tulips. And in March of 2013, the board of directors of the International Lilac Society voted to proclaim the month of May is International Lilac Month. So that's quite something. Let's see. So Lilac Time celebrations began in 1930 to officially open LilaCia Park. And ever since then, we've had pageants, plays. Early festivities were included pageants and plays with several hundred participants. And now we've branched out into the museum tours, and we've got a craft fair and the Lilac Ball, which was 59 years old this year.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Some great Lilac Time events.
The Lilac Queen. I mean, nobody tops this really when it comes to Lilac Time, right? I don't know that anyone even does it this
You know
well.
what? To have this kind of branding is something that I think every town is envious of. I mean, to just have yourselves branded as the Lilac Village.
Right.
Absolutely. And
Now,
I've heard of other Lilac villages, but they're just imitating
no,
us.
they pale in
we
comparison.
Are the Lilac Village.
Now, so as we said earlier, you know, it takes a whole year of planning for every Lilac Parade. And when you look at the parade last year by the numbers, 20 banners, 40 banner carriers, 95 vehicle units, including police and fire, and over 1,800 people marching or riding in the parade. This year, we are going to be pretty close to those numbers, and here we go. Lombard East High School Marching Band. One of the most stellar bands in the country.
They are. I'm an alumni. So the Lombard East Marching Rams are the sound of Lombard East football games. Through music played on the field and in the stands, our 100-piece marching band shows school spirit for everyone to enjoy. Ms. Tara Capoletti and Mr. Andrew Packer are the directors, and Morgan Easterday and Nick Ortiz are the drum majors. Go Rams!
Wow, they are fabulous.
They are.
This is
really
why they
one of the
win
best
so
bands.
many local and regional and national events.
Right. So another sponsor for today, Culver's. Have you had their frozen custard?
I have,
Or
and
their
I've also
burgers, for
had
that
their butter burgers, which are fantastic.
Absolutely. And here's Ozzy from the Kane County Cougars is coming up right after
County
Culver's here.
Cougars. He's awesome.
Yes. The Kane County Cougar mascot.
And coming up is our Grand Marshal, Margie Neely. Now, Margie Neely is a former president of the Lombard Chamber of Commerce. She's helped with the First Church's Wednesday night dinners and their semi-annual rummage sale. She has spent many long hours cooking for pads. She's a lifelong member of the Lombard Garden Club, helping with potting lilacs for the annual lilac sale, and as a member of the civic community, planting daffodils at the Lombard Cemetery.
And behind them, we have the village board, the board of trustees for the village of Lombard. We also have our village president and village clerk.
And they're doing what you should be doing in a parade, walking.
Noon Whistle Brewery.
Oh, I have not gotten there yet. How about you?
I've been there a couple of times. My boys were just there the other night.
I hear only good things about it. So while there was a little lull in the parade, a clown came up to me and asked me if I wanted a flower, and then she just left me with a stick. I must say it was quite funny.
So I hear the sounds of the Sinful Saints Dixieland Band. They're performing New Orleans jazz. For 24 years, they're heard and seen in over 40 community parades, festivals, and Dixieland worship services annually. Coming up behind them, we have Famous Liquors with their rendition of Grease. They've been serving the Lilac Town for 53 years and an official sponsor of the Lilac Parade for the 3rd year. Show your support of our community and shop locally.
That's an awesome little float. And I love the purple hair.
Very cute.
Oh, now this is the Lombard Bible Church featuring Musicals of the Seas, Moana. They have Vacation Bible School this summer, June 11th through the 14th. Venture onto an uncharted island where kids survive and thrive. Anchor kids in the truth that Jesus carries them through life's storms. Sign up at lbccma.org. Here's the co-op preschool.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
Imagination through Disney musicals, and they have, looks like they've demonstrated quite a few of them.
Well, they have bubbles, so they're a hit
exactly.
right off the bat.
The co-op preschool, 60 years of play-through learning. The Cooperative Nursery School of the First Church of Lombard has been in operation for 60 years. The aim of the co-op is to foster an atmosphere in which the family and the school can work together for the well-being of the child. Through play, our children ages 15 months through PK learn the social, emotional, and academic skills necessary to make a successful transition into the elementary schools.
Well, I think our crowd looks like they're having a fabulous time.
I agree. So to keep up with the Village of Lombard, you can connect with them on social media. You can sign up for weekly e-newsletters. It's like getting the Lombard Pride on a weekly basis. They do a fabulous job with that.
Oh, wow. You can get up there. Oh, weekly now.
Absolutely.
That's really nice.
So if you go to villageoflombard.org/notify me, you're going to get up-to-date information. In fact, I just got it the other day and had information about the Lilac Parade.
Well, that's great. And, you know, social media, it is the thing of now. Not the future, but now.
If you want the true news about what's going on in Lombard, connect with them on Facebook and Twitter.
No fake news here.
Absolutely not.
I love reading the Lombardian and really anything about, you know, of course, every resident of their town loves to do that. So it's a great little resource to have, that newsletter.
I agree. Not every village has the benefit of having a small town paper like that.
Right, right. And it's really a good paper. Being,
really is.
you know, journalist myself, I can tell you that, yes, the Speak Out is one of my favorite columns.
Oh, well.
Everybody loves Speak Out.
I agree.
And, you know, it is amazing how much you learned from that, from those comments, I guess we'll call them.
I think they bring up a different view sometimes.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's nice to sometimes when people speak out and it's something that many other people don't agree with, it's nice to see those responses as well. Yeah. All in a very respectful fashion, I think.
Correct.
I have myself called to speak out on numerous occasions and spoken my mind.
Yeah.
All right, so getting back to the parade, we've got these little lulls, as every parade has, of course.
So one of our sponsors today is Dominic's Pizza and Pasta. Banner being carried right now. And they're located right next door in Villa Park.
Yeah,
they've got
they have some delicious
great
pizza,
great wings. good food.
You know, there were trouble balls.
District 45, Jackson and Jefferson combined bands for District 45. And they are from Jefferson and Jackson Middle Schools in Lilac Park, and they're under the direction of Joe Koppel and Chris Walbrook.
Another great local school band.
So Judy, here comes the Boy Scouts of America Troop 357 with their color guard. And they've got some kids being pulled in a trailer here too. So this pack is from Glendale Heights.
Pack 357. Oh, I love their shark.
That's great. And right after them, we've got the Girl Scouts.
The Girl Scouts.
Unit
you know,
517.
the one thing the Girl Scouts have over those Boy Scouts are those cookies.
That's right.
Although I will say the Boy Scouts have some pretty good popcorn these days.
They do. My boys were Boy Scouts.
Mine too.
So these are Girl Scouts from all different Lombard and elementary and middle schools.
Hi. Look who's here to join us. I don't know who this man is because I never want to run into him when I live in Lombard. I only want to see him socially if that's possible, never professionally.
That's right.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for stopping by, Chief Newton. How are you?
For sure. I'm great. It's a great day.
It is a great day. We thought it was going to start out a little bit slow and maybe crummy, but really not in Lombard.
No.
Those things don't happen.
No, the peak of sun came out just as the beginning of the parade, so
A little glimmer of sun is a good thing.
Yep.
Now, you've been with the department for a long time, not as chief, but what number parade is this for you? You can go back to your childhood if you'd like.
This is my 32nd as an employee. As a volunteer, probably 36. And then in grammar school, I went to Sacred Heart, and we always did a float there.
A float, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
so I think for 2 years we did a float. So
well, here's a nice float going by right now. Helen Plum Library,
the
School of
library
Rock.
always has a good.
Well, the library rocks,
Yeah.
as their sign says.
So Roy, I hear that you have a new canine police dog commissioned recently named Thor.
Yep.
And
It's
yeah. So
very
So
exciting.
can you tell us how you were able to acquire him?
well, it's an interesting thing that when the Pittsburgh Steelers play an away city, so this year the Steelers came to Chicago to play the Bears. One of Ben Roethlisberger's, the quarterback of the Steelers, he does one of his charity things is police and police canine. So when they go to an away city, they give away grants for canine dogs, and we applied, and we won the entire grant. So I was
What a
so
great
very
program.
proud
Really, really awesome.
that, because they divvy it up, but we won the whole thing, so we were able to buy the dog strictly out of the grant funds, and then, of course,
that's
help
wonderful.
from our Citizen Police Academy as well. So,
Now, will we see the canine walking in the parade?
the canine was the first police car.
I
Oh.
did see him, and I just could
Yeah.
not
You did
remember
do a
his
shout out?
name.
Yeah, we can't.
It was
I mean,
so
it would be
quick.
fun to have him walk, but
Well,
He's
you
on
know
a
what?
puppy.
Probably not.
and he would be wild.
So he's a puppy. How old is he right now?
Just about a year. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Now,
So-
is it up to you to train him, or is he trained?
So we go to a school in northern Michigan where we've sent all our dogs, and they have a 4-week academy for dogs.
Nice,
So-
nice. Well, here we've got another fabulous float going by, Mohawk Tribe. Whoa, we got some
So with Willy
great
Wonka,
attractions
Yeah.
on that
This is
float.
the Hopi and Mohawk float from the Two Rivers Federation Princess Program. The Why Prin Two Rivers Nation programs help parents and children stay friends always through traditions and philosophies of First Nation people.
That's a neat idea, the Wonka float.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, right?
The
Oompa
Oompa
Loompas.
Loompas, exactly. So, Chief Newton, what kind of special arrangements and preparations do you have to do for an event of this size?
Yeah, so, unfortunately, it's kind of a weird way to say it, but security is always a key. We have to, everybody works today. It's one of the things we tell you when we hire you, it's that you'll never have the third Sunday in May off. So everybody
But that's
works
a great
every
commitment.
parade.
Yeah,
Yes, no, and it's great. It's great for our guys to be seen in the community. So yeah, we have officers along pretty much every side street. So security's a big part. And once you've been here a couple of years, it becomes old hat. You know what to do. You know what to look for.
Sure.
So, and then all year long, we go to the parade committee meetings. We have a representative in the meetings from the police department.
Well, that makes sense.
So,
And knock on wood, really no problems.
no, I mean, a day like this, temperature-wise, will diminish any extracurricular
Any shenanigans?
activities.
The only
So-
shenanigans we want to see are right there on that parade ground.
So,
Right.
but it's a fun day. Cops are cops. They're like play the tough guy sometimes, but everybody
we know
likes
you
a
guys
parade.
are soft. You guys have a really great public image. We've seen you
We
guys
do,
at
we
a lot
do.
of different events at the Lilac Time Art and Craft Fair, and I think it's great that you guys let the kids know that you guys are not the bad guys. You're the good guys.
Yep. And yes, I thank you for saying that. I'm very, very proud to be a part of this agency, and the men and women that we have they care about the community. There's no two ways about it. They
Well,
really do.
we just
Well,
said
mahola.
Lombard Pride.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Yes,
We just
yes,
saw
Mahalo,
that.
that's it.
Barefoot Hawaiian. Here we have our Senior Man of the Year, Dennis McNicholas, and our Senior Woman of the Year, Anna Westlack. And Judge Linda Davenport. If you've never heard her speak, she's very interesting.
She has quite an
She's really
entourage
got a
there.
lot of stuff yeah, she sure does. A lot of people from DuPage County there.
Yep.
Well, we really appreciate you
Yes,
stopping
no,
by.
I appreciate you having me. It's back to work, but I'll see you as we
I mean,
roll
you
by
don't
at
really
the
work
end.
today. Come on, Chief.
Yeah.
It's the image,
Yeah.
That's why you had time to stop by and talk to us.
No, I appreciate it. Glad to do it, and thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
So
Thank you.
good to be here. Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thanks for
Have a great
stopping
day.
by. Now
we have
we have
Representative Peter Breen and his wife Margie, and their little boy Matthew. He's the state representative for the 48th district and the first Lombardian ever elected into the General Assembly and re-elected in 2016.
Huh. And next up we have Judge Jeff McKay. Jeff is a DuPage County Circuit Court judge and presides in a felony courtroom. He's been a judge for 5 years. And in December of 2017, he was unanimously appointed a circuit court judge by the Illinois Supreme Court.
It's nice to have our DuPage County people out here.
Oh, absolutely. The more the merrier, they say, for a parade.
That's right.
You know, when you think about Lombard, so much of it is, it's the people and the tradition, and even, you know, Chief Newton, it's...
He grew up in this
Right,
town.
he grew up here. Everyone is so committed to Lombard, and, you know, people love living here, and just...
It's a great community to move into. We have some new neighbors, and I think they're really happy that they've chosen.
Yeah, a lot of young
Lombard.
people moving in. Yeah, why not? The
Absolutely.
schools are great. We just have some really... And, you know, we talked about that social media piece. I think Lombard's really been keeping up with the times as well. I mean, we've got some great bars and restaurants, and for the older folks, of course. And, you know, for the kids, just, you know, new things happening all the time in Lombard.
Right.
I know Cruise Nights is coming up soon, right?
I can't wait.
I love
Yeah,
Cruise
I think
Nights.
it starts on June 2nd, I believe.
I'm sure we're going to have some
But
great bands again
they
like we always
they
do. Here's the Marquardt Mustang Marching Band. Great school. Now these kids are from grades 6 through 8. They're fantastic. The students are in the Lombard district. They'll eventually go to Lombard East High School, and they've been in the walking in the Lilac Parade for decades.
Here comes our parade, head of our parade committee, Ellen. I think we're going to be hearing from her in a
Yes,
little
I think it's a
while.
special day for Ellen, isn't it?
It is. It's her last parade.
Wow, that has
she's
to
handing
be
off the
bittersweet, right?
So here's our Lombard Park District Poms and Inspire Dance Team. So they're an award-winning group, and they compete in suburban competition 4 times a year. This year, the teams took home many first and second place trophies, as well as overall high score. So tryouts are held in the fall, and it is an open enrollment.
So here is the Carriage Animal Hospital. Dogs walking with their owners, and their theme is Grease. Oh, I get it now.
Grease Lightning.
Love her curlers.
That's great, yeah.
So we're very excited to bring to the community a fully updated Carriage Animal Hospital in June. There'll be a full-service veterinary hospital servicing all your pet's needs. Let me tell you, Yvonne, I need him now because I just got a puppy. In addition to expanding their veterinarian services, they'll also be offering hospitalization, boarding, daycare, and grooming. You can follow them on Facebook.
great.
I am very excited about that opening.
So Judy, did you make it to the Lilac Time Art and Craft Fair this year?
I have not missed a craft fair since it started.
That's awesome.
I
You
missed
it this
I
year.
did. I had an important family event. I am so disappointed because, you know, they're always good. But this year, everyone who came to my very important family event at my house, they went to the craft fair first and they came.
Oh,
and
I'm
I'll tell you,
glad
it was
they did.
because it was a going away party for my son who just
Right.
moved to LA. But anyway, everyone to the person said, oh,
we had
the
so many new
craft fair was
crafters this
so
year.
much.
We had so many new crafters, so many new and unique ideas
And see, and
art,
that's why I
and
go.
it's just
I go
great.
for those ideas. I, of course, spend mucho money there, but you know, it's right before Mother's Day, so I get a lot of great Mother's Day gifts.
Mother's Day
yeah.
shopping.
So
I'm
I
sure.
will not miss another one.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we had just under 150 booths this
Wow.
year between sponsors and
Yeah.
crafters and food.
And I got to tell you, yeah, the food, the entertainment, it's the whole thing. I love it.
We had a band the whole time.
Oh, it's nice.
So here's the Two Rivers, Princesses, Cherokee, and Ute tribes.
Ooh, they've always got a great flow.
Look, it's a hard not like. Annie. They've got Annie. So they're affiliated with our local YMCA. It's for dads and daughters from kindergarten through 5th grade. They hold monthly meetings and activities from arts and crafts, swim parties, Pinewood Derby to camping, and it's lots of fun. And they're singing It's a Hard Knock Life. Very cute.
Now, you know, that is a really good flow.
Very cute.
Look at them. They're totally into it. You know, the more they get into it, the more the crowd gets into it.
That's right. And they join right in. So here's our Medina Antique Car Club. So they're an entity of the Medina Shriners Organization, and they represent 9 decades of automotive history. Our mission statement is, we ride so children can walk. They do a lot of really good work. They really do.
We can hear you. Yes, we can hear you. These are some sweet rides we got here,
I was just
huh?
going to say, I'm not sure which one is my favorite.
I would look really
just
good
yet.
in that one.
Kind of digging that red car there, yeah. But you know what? The little MGB.
Oh yeah, he's kind of nice
that's
too.
really
I mean the
cute.
car.
Absolutely. I do see a Mustang coming up though. So
Hi, girls. We've got some more guests joining us.
So I want to introduce our next guests, Ellen Murphy and Nicole Siddig, the 2018 Lilac Parade co-chairs. It's great to see you both. Thanks so much for taking the time out to come and talk to us, especially because you're so busy today.
And I understand you're responsible for this whole parade?
Oh, it's just Nicole and I, nobody else. There are about 30 people that help us put this parade on every year.
Yeah, but somebody's got to be the big chief, so.
Yeah. Well,
So Ellen, this is your last year as chairperson, and Nicole's going to be taking over next year.
that is correct.
So Ellen, how long have you been a part of the parade planning committee, and will you return as a volunteer next year?
Okay.
Or just going to sit and take on a viewing role?
No, I've been working on the parade for over 20 years, and I've been chair for the last 4. So it's time to bring in new people, and Nicole graciously said she would do it, and
Thanks,
she hasn't run
Nicole.
away yet, so.
So any great parade stories you can share with us, whether from this year or previous years?
My favorite story is, for me, about 3 years ago, I was coming up here to see you guys, and I stopped to watch Jesse White perform.
Yes.
And they're like, they kept
waved
going
you
like,
in?
and I'm like, I'm just waiting. And they're like, no, in the middle of the street, and then they were jumping over.
Oh,
you.
my
It was
gosh.
the most fun. I was terrified for them, but it was the most
You
fun.
weren't terrified for yourself.
You
though.
were a
No.
Jesse White tumbler for just a minute.
For about 10 seconds, yeah, it
That
was
is
great.
a great
Other
thing
than
to
that,
walk away from the
it's-
parade with.
You know, it's always fun. We hope for better weather, but it's not raining, so we're good.
So Nicole, can you tell us, are there anybody new this year? And we have our old favorites, Jesse White tumblers, and Lombard East and Willowbrook Band will be coming up. And what's new this year?
Well, this year we do have a 10-foot metal wheel coming down. He'll be doing some gymnastics through the wheel. It'll be interesting to
wow.
watch. So yes,
Can't wait
we're
to see
excited
that.
to see it.
Yeah.
So
So
Nice.
how can someone volunteer to be part of the committee?
They can check on our website and call any of us. There's a list of people they can call on the website for the contact. We have meetings the third Thursday or the second Thursday of every month, starting in September. And here come the drill teams.
Great. Oh, that's fan. For next year's parade theme. I know we have to wait till the end of the parade to get that, but we want to thank you for all the work that you have done over your 4 years, especially. And Nicole, we're really looking forward to next year's parade theme.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thanks so much for stopping
Thank you,
by.
guys.
Take care.
All right.
Your other Jessie White
Here we go.
tumblers.
Yep, what a lot of people wait for today
Jessie
during
White
this
tumblers
parade.
are coming up in just a second.
Even when they're getting off their truck and their platform there, they're still doing flips and well, that was the drill precision team, which was actually really, really good. Who just you just saw there on your screen. Now comes the Jessie White tumblers. You wonder if the cold weather, no, I'm watching them. I don't think so. I think they're just as good as they are in the warm weather.
I always look forward to them every year. I mean, they just do some fabulous jumps. Wondering if we're going to get a little show here, if they're going to stop. Oh, I see them rolling out the mats.
There we go.
So the Jessie White tumbling team was created in 1959 to provide a positive alternative for inner city kids. The team with 7 units gives more than 1,500 performances each year at major sporting events, community, business, and charity functions. The JWTT attract national and international attention and have performed throughout the United States and abroad.
Well, you might not be able to see it on your screen, but those woos and cheers are for the tumblers. They are doing their act, and they are spectacular.
Yeah, this is the Midlothian Pipe Band. They were formed in 1975 and one of the leading bands in the Midwest, traveling to Scotland in August for the World Pipe Band Championships under the direction of Tristan Wilson and Andrew Watson. And there's our Steve Zigman, our Man of the Year.
Steve's a lifelong resident of Lombard. He worked for years in various sales positions. His true love was always basketball. After being diagnosed with retinitis and becoming legally blind, he lost his job, his ability to drive, and his confidence when a friend mentioned he was asked to coach the Sacred Hearts girls basketball team despite his not knowing anything about it. Steve responded, "I do," and everything changed for him then. Congrats, Steve.
So that's St. John's Lutheran School with Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Sticking to the theme of stage and screen.
All right, here comes St. Bias, the 10th school. Looks like they've got the Wizard of Oz here. They represent a community of faith, service, and academic excellence. Go Knights!
That is a colorful float.
There's no place like St. Pius.
Ah, isn't that cute?
That looks
There's Dorothy.
fabulous.
Oh, and she's holding Toto.
These kids are having some fun today.
Yeah.
Down the yellow brick road. Look at all the flowers. That's really, they did a great job on that float. Here we have the Knights of Columbus, Council 6090, and many other knights from surrounding communities are marching with us today. So the Knights of Columbus have been in the parade since 1973.
Wow. Got a nice caddy there. Part of the Knights of Columbus in loving memory of one of their members. We've got some festive banner walkers here from Salon in Style. They seem like they're doing maybe a 1950s theme.
So here's North Elementary School, District 45 drumline. It consists of third through fifth grade students at North Elementary School. They're coached by third grade teacher Patrick Holmes, and sponsored by the amazing North PTA and District 45 Education Foundation. They practice 2 days a week after school, and they must learn to read music, work as a team, and cope with Mr. Holmes' sarcastic jokes.
Oh, poor Mr. Holmes.
Must be a fun teacher.
I feel like more and more people are coming out as the parade progressives. Oh, here we have the Lee Barrett Memorial AmVets Elgin Post 202 1974 Mack truck. Well, no, that wasn't it actually.
No, but this is the
Yeah, Comanche, Huron, School of Rock.
Yeah.
I saw the Mack truck and I thought I was right on, spot on there.
No, no.
Oh, no, no, no. I had to endure that last year, but thank you.
We don't need any face paint. Thanks, though, guys.
Where are the police when you need them? Those men have markers.
Exactly. Oh, here comes the Chicago Corvette Club.
Oh, yes, one of my favorites.
So they were founded in 1958, and they're in its 60 years. Their members have donated to St. Jude Hospital, Ronald McDonald House, Shriners Hospital for Children, Wounded Warriors, and many more. The club is located in the western suburbs and dedicated to friends, fun, and of course, Corvettes. No. Okay, wow, look at these great Corvettes. So I don't know that I would want to own a Corvette, but I think riding in a Corvette
Oh, yeah.
would be so much fun.
And I'm pretty sure this is the slowest these Corvettes have ever gone.
Oh, no doubt.
As they rev their engines. We know your
Yeah.
Corvettes.
That's right. So what do we have coming up here now? Oh, this is the Lombard Masonic Lodge 1098. They're one of the world's oldest fraternal organizations in the world, and were chartered by the Grand Lodge of Ancient, Free, and Accepted Masons of the state of Illinois in 1923. Though they call Lombard their home, members come from all over the Chicagoland area to not only share in fellowship, but to become better men serving their communities, families, and those in need.
And I love the sign. It says, "Not all heroes wear their capes on their back."
That's really wonderful. And Overture Lombard, that's coming to Yorktown Center soon.
Tell us about it.
Well, it's going to be an over 55 community, and it's if you've seen any of the construction going on at Yorktown, that's what's going on.
Nice.
So yeah. So look for that very soon. In fact, if you received your Lombard Community Magazine, there's a little article in there.
There
about
you go. Might want to go online and take a peek.
That's right.
Now we've got the Kelly High School Trojan Band. Let's take a listen. Kelly High School Marching Trojans have a rich tradition of exceptional performance within the Chicago public school system. Members of this group are also active in other musical endeavors such as concert band, jazz band, chorus, symphony orchestra, New Orleans style brass band, and all school musical productions. They are really fantastic. This is what people come out to see
The bands
and hear.
The bands are, it's kind of the flavor of the whole parade.
Right, and what a showcase, and really, we get the best of the best.
That's right, we do, we do. Coming up, we have our Lombard Falcons youth football and cheer group. See them
Oh,
coming up here in
yes,
just a
Falcons.
minute.
Years and years of Falcons.
Years
How
of
about you?
Falcons, huh? No, actually, my kids
Wow.
did not get involved with the Falcons.
It's a really
but
great organization.
A lot of their friends did, for sure. So they showcase our youth as athletes in football and cheer, and registrations are open for the upcoming season at lombardfalcons.net. There's the cheerleaders up front here, and behind them, we have
The
some of
players.
our football players. Before you know it, it'll be football season. Kind of feels like football weather.
A little bit, yeah. And it says, Falcons, we eat our competition for breakfast.
Oh, boy.
Those look like some tough little boys.
All right, coming up, we have the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary 41 West Suburban Flotilla. So we've got some boats.
And some
And-
boats.
5-foot, 60-foot, and 50-foot boats. All public service boating. Auxiliary may be for you. Please always wear your life jacket and have your kids wear them too.
And just to drive home that point, all the life jackets are hanging on the boat.
That's right.
Giving
Can't
it that
be-
festive parade
Can't
look.
be too safe.
Uh-huh. And safe boaters get a free vessel safety check. Get yours now. Just contact the Coast Guard. One of my favorite departments, the Coast Guard. Being a reporter, I've dealt with them many, many times over the years, and they've taken me out on their boats sometimes.
Oh,
They go
yeah.
really fast.
Oh, I don't know. You know, I think when I was younger, speed was kind of fun.
Now,
now
not so
I'm
much.
not so
Well, I was
sure.
younger now that I think about it. But, you know, I think people forget the Coast Guard really does a great job. Rescues in Lake Michigan, and
Absolutely.
really great organization. Oh, and who have we here?
This is the Medina Patrol Segway Drill Team. They're the oldest marching drill unit within Medina Shrine, and they recently incorporated a 6-man Segway drill team into the patrol unit. They perform various drill maneuvers during the parade.
You know what?
I have
gotta
never
think that-
driven a Segway.
Right,
Have
and
you?
it's
Have you
not
ever
that
ridden
I
one?
have been on one. It's not that easy. So to be on a drill team with a Segway is quite impressive.
I think so. Although I wish I had one of those during the Lilac Time Art and Craft Fair this year. But I did a
Wouldn't
lot
that
of,
be
a lot of
nice?
16,000 steps, I think.
Yeah,
that day.
it's probably better that you walked. I mean,
I
yeah,
know,
if I had one
I
of those, I would never walk again.
Well,
that would be
you know,
my
that's-
problem.
That's probably true.
These guys are great.
They are really good. I think I'd be flat on my face.
Every kid is now asking his mom for one of those.
Exactly.
And actually, every mom is now saying to herself, I need one of those.
Yeah, to chase after the kids. For sure.
Those are great when you're sightseeing in certain areas and you're
Right.
going, you know, long distances. See them along Chicago's lakefront a lot.
Oh, yeah, they have those tours.
Oh, sure, yeah.
would be-
And
that would be a
it's
lot
a
of
good
fun.
way because it is
know
a
what?
long way
Judy,
to walk.
I think it's on my bucket list.
Yeah, there you go.
That and zip lining. I haven't done that yet
Woo,
either.
good luck with that.
Yeah. So,
Well, this guy looks familiar.
who's that?
I think he's a
Oh.
Medina clown.
He sure is. Oh, there's
The
that
Medina
Mo.
Clown Unit supporting Shriners Hospital and burn units for children. The Little Peddler Mo has been leading the unit since 1963. They walk miles of smiles for the kids.
That's great. I've always kinda
Look at
liked
that.
clowns. I know some people are afraid of clowns.
No, not him.
Come
He's
on,
he's
they're
an awesome
great.
clown.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's juggling on a
gotta-
one wheel. It's crazy. A unicycle.
I think their outfits are so. Oh, here comes a guy on a little tiny. We used to call those
Look
monkey
at
bikes
that.
for my
Now,
kids.
you know how hard that is to ride?
Yeah, with those big shoes on.
With those big shoes, exactly.
But he's
Hope
got
he
his
doesn't trip.
purple lilac hair, his Lombard hair.
Yeah, they're working the crowd, that's for sure. We have no creepy clowns. They're only fun clowns here
That's
at the
right.
parade route.
Absolutely. So, Judy, the Park District invites you to bring your dog to the special screening of Zootopia held at Madison Meadows. Just as long as your dog is on a leash, he's more than welcome to attend. Begins at 7 o'clock, and the event begins at 7 o'clock. The movie beginning at 8:30. And let's see, there will be some other screenings at LilaCia Park. If you go to lombardparks.com,
That's
you
awesome.
Check
I
out
wonder.
their schedule.
Now,
and see.
is the dog because it's Zootopia and they think maybe animals will?
Well, and
We'll
maybe
enjoy
they
it.
will. If not,
I-
their pet-loving parents.
Yeah,
will.
I thoroughly enjoyed Zootopia myself, and I just might go.
Well, looky here. This unit is being sponsored by the Lombard Chamber of Commerce.
Wow, what
That
do
would
we
be
know about
us.
the chamber? Really, it's
Well,
such
As
a
the executive
secretive
director, it's not a secret society. As the
agency.
executive director, I can tell you that we, first of all, we love our business members, and we offer them a lot of opportunities to connect with each other. We give them information on what's going on in the Illinois Chamber and the U.S. Chamber. In fact, our speaker next Wednesday from the U.S. Chamber.
Nice.
Yeah. So who are we sponsoring? We're sponsoring the Antioch Brass Quintet. And they've been celebrating over 23 years of entertaining audiences all around the Midwest with live music. Their music today brings sounds reflecting live, love, and lilacs.
Ah.
Of course.
That's the chamber motto, isn't it? Live, love, and lilacs.
Well, sure.
Well,
it is.
and dot,
Sure
dot,
it is.
business.
Business, yeah, exactly. So, All right, so Soaring Eagle Academy, they're actually one of our chamber members, and they are doing Singing in the Rain.
Ah,
They're a
who doesn't love that
not-for-profit,
movie?
Illinois State Board of Education approved therapeutic day school located in Lombard, serving children and young adults ages 3 through 21 years old faced with the challenges of autism. They're one-of-a-kind school, the only in the world to use a developmental language model, relationship-based DIR floor time, educational approach for supporting social, emotional language, sensory, motor, and learning. And Soaring Eagle Academy is on its 8th year of operations. They've accomplished much, growing from 5 students and 10 staff in 2010 to currently serving 74 students placed by over 40 public school districts, supported by 150 staff. All the decorations were created by the students at Soaring Eagle. They did a great job.
Now we've got the Flat 43 BMX team. Woo! They are doing some awesome tricks here. Now this team's been performing and competing for over 15 years. The tricks take endless years of intense practice. It kind of shows.
So kids,
The tricks
don't
are
try
made-
this
yeah.
at home.
The tricks are made up of fast spinning and unbelievable balance on BMX bikes. Flat 43 BMX promotes bicycle safety by always wearing helmets during performances. And that is a great thing. Woo! Yeah, that's impressive, all right. No, I'm never doing that.
It's more fun to watch.
And I'm hoping my children never do that.
exactly.
But as they said, years of intense practice.
Oh, look at this little guy. He's got his nice warm hat on. He's got some ears. How cute.
Yeah, and his little,
And a little face
ooh,
paint.
They got to him. The markers got to him.
They did.
It comes right off, Mom.
So one of
don't
my little
worry.
grandsons is here from England.
Tell us all about him. What's his
and
name?
His name is Orestes. He's got a Greek name.
Wow.
And
He is a Greek god, obviously.
He is. Well, my daughter-in-law is from Greece, and the name really suits him. He's it means mover of mountains, and he definitely has a mountain personality, mover of mountain personality.
Kind of like his grandmother.
Exactly. Well, this is his first Lilac Parade.
Nice.
He's 14 months old, and my other grandkids are down there as well. This is not their first parade, but they love coming to
They
this every
have to
year.
be enjoying it.
They are, yeah. It's a lot of fun having them. This is the first time in 7 years all of my kids are in one place.
You know what? That's why we have the parade, for that reason.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
that doesn't happen very often, if ever, really, since they've grown up.
No, it's hard to get them together as
Yeah,
adults. Once
nice.
they all start scattering in 4 different directions. It's nice to have them all here together.
And your kids grew up in Lombard, right? So
They did. Willowbrook
They're
High School
familiar with
graduates.
the
Oh yeah.
parade.
Oh, they'll be happy when Willowbrook Marching Band comes along. Their alma mater.
My kids were Lombard East, so they're all about the Rams.
Well, I was a Lombard East alumni, and my husband was a Willowbrook alumni. So we.
You
I
crossed the
give them
tracks
that.
to get married, I
We
see.
did. Yeah.
Well, we're so intertwined, Willowbrook and Lombard
You know what?
East.
And Willowbrook has shown a lot of support for Lombard East in the recent days, and that's really heartwarming.
That's
That
nice,
rival
yeah.
schools can come together.
Right.
Like that.
That's what it's all about.
It is. It is. So this is going to be our Tunes of Glory pipe and drum. This is the beginning of that, but I can hear them coming down the road.
Here they're coming by carrying the flags.
They're from Warrenville. So they're going to be wearing the Modern Hunting McInnes tartan. So I'm sure that means something to the people that understand that.
Always a fan favorite.
I love the bagpipes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I call them skirts, but if you want to call them a tartan, please do.
It's a kilt.
It's a kilt.
It's a kilt.
Now, what's interesting about this group is they've got a young girl, an older girl playing the bagpipes, and what looks to be a younger person also playing.
He looked
Talk
like he's
about
12 years
representing.
old. That's
Yeah,
great.
that's wonderful.
No, that's great that someone at that age
Yeah,
is going to
you've
want
got
to
to
get
pass
started with
pass
that.
off the bagpipe at some point, and
Exactly.
it's wonderful.
Well, here we have our Maple Street Chapel, and of course the
Wow.
replica
There's
of
the
the
replica.
of that beautiful church. Have you been in that church? It's just gorgeous.
It's absolutely fabulous. I mean, to have that as part of our scenery in Lombard is so wonderful.
So they have a number of folk concerts coming up. So hopefully people will drop in and see them. And here we have our Lombard American Legion Post 391. They're the oldest organization in the village, chartered in 1919.
Wow.
They're going to be celebrating their 100th anniversary next year.
And following them, making all that noise, is the Dance Center.
Oh, I hear some sounds from Greece.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, everyone knows this.
You know what, Judy? They are right down the street here. Just down the road is their dance center, and they do a fabulous job.
Now they've got a few movies going on there, I think. All girls-centric. So the Dance Center has been providing quality dance instruction since 1985. They strive for a balanced combination of fun, discipline, and structured learning for their classes. They offer ballet, jazz, tap, modern, hip-hop, musical theater, and yoga.
So here's our banner for Gianorio's. We're sitting right in front of Gianorio's Pizza right now, actually.
Right. I could go for a slice,
Yeah.
in case they're listening. It's my son's favorite pizza.
It is.
Unfortunately, he just moved to LA, but he probably got that pizza every single Thursday.
Is that right?
They're going to notice his absence. Let me just put it that way.
Well, they were at our Lilac Time Art and Craft Fair this year. In fact, they have been at every single Lilac Time Art and Craft Fair.
People go there for the pizza.
Pizza by the slice. Can't beat it. Here's our Crystal Lake Strikers drum line. They've been entertaining audiences around Chicagoland for the past 10 years. With their signature bowling shirts, the Strikers are one of the most sought-after entertainers at parades, sporting, and community events throughout the northwest suburban Chicago.
You know what? If you're going to have a drum, have a drum. Get the tiger print.
That's right.
They've got a lot going on there, boy.
So here is Everyone's
that Belle?
a Princess. Yes.
Wow.
Everyone's a Princess, Inc. It's a family-friendly philanthropist organization advocating for community fulfillment and enjoyment of meeting a real-life princess. They're costumers who specialize in nonprofit community events, parades, Comic-Cons, birthdays, children's events, and fundraisers. They worked with Make-A-Wish Foundation and so much more. Everyone's a Princess welcomes everyone to participate.
These costumes really are stunning.
They really are beautiful. Oh, look at a little hug for Princess Belle.
This is Whistles on Wheels. The circus wagon appears in about 40 parades each year all throughout Wisconsin and Illinois. It is a custom-built circus wagon that houses an air calliope. Calliope, right. The calliope works by sending air through its whistles. Now, sometimes I look at a word and I'm like, I have no idea what that word is.
Oh, I don't know how I know that word. I just do.
Well, thank you for knowing it.
So here's the Schiller Team Lombard. the Wizard of Lilac Parade.
Oh, here we
There's
go.
no place like home when you work with the Schiller team.
There's the Wicked Witch. I guess I don't want to really disparage
Wicked
any,
Witch of the
any
North,
surrounding,
South, East, and West. I
any
don't know. I
surrounding
think they're all there.
suburbs.
That's right.
The Wizard of Oz, kind of a recurring theme today.
I think so. It's a good one.
I've seen a lot of Dorothy's.
The patio, we just ate there the other night.
Delicious ribs.
Here comes the Medina Motor Corp Harley Davidsons. It's another precision team. It's a precision motorcycle drill team.
And of course, they're all Harleys.
Well, of course.
That's
Is there any
it.
other
I started with,
motorcycle?
of course.
Is there any other
There
motorcycle?
are some others, but nothing like the
Oh,
Harley.
That's right. And again, the Medina Motor Corps, they ride so that children can walk. They're truly one of the favorites in the parade, the
Oh,
Medina,
yeah,
the different
absolutely.
units that they do. So we saw the Segways, now we see the Harleys.
And really, the precision is quite something to see.
I'm sure they practice this quite a bit. So they're performing on white Harley Davidson ultra classic motorcycles, and they've been entertaining audiences for more than 50 years.
And I appreciate their color coordinatedness.
Yes. Oh, look at that's great.
Woo! Okay, I'm gonna see if we've got rifles coming up.
I think we probably do. I think it's the Lexington Rifles. But once again, Overture Yorktown representative. Thank you to Overture for sponsoring this parade this year.
And now we've got Lexington Rifles. It's an organization of historical reenactors from Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, and Wisconsin. They portray cavalry skirmishes from the southern states during the Civil War. The purpose is to honor the memory of all those Americans who sacrificed for our freedom and constitutional liberty. And they are looking the part. No smiles on any of those faces.
No.
These were rough times.
That's true.
I'm kind of digging the uniforms. I don't think they'd work for today, but it's a nice look.
Yeah, but you know what? They're keeping them warm today. In
Yes,
80-degree
yes.
weather, I imagine that's a little bit tough.
They
So
got their
Weston Sons
canteens.
Towing, thank you to them for sponsoring the parade.
They've been in the area forever.
Absolutely. So they're sponsoring the Medina West Suburban Shrine Club Mini 57 on go-karts. West
I've
Suburban
always wanted a
Shrine Club.
57 Chevy, but maybe not that small.
Well, maybe this will work for you. So this is their award-winning motorized parade unit, and they do approximately 45 parades annually. Again, the Shriners hospitals are for children who are burned and or crippled, and they receive care free of charge thanks to the Shriners. I kind of think I want one of those. Now that would be fun to whip around in.
Yeah, it's amazing because they seem so small, and you've got these large, rather large men in them,
Yeah.
and they look okay. Every kid along this route wants one of those, I can tell you that,
Got it.
because I do. Now we've got the Medina mini choppers, novelty motorized two-wheelers, I guess you can call them. They, of course, ride so children can walk. The Shrine Unit helps support 22 children's hospitals. Again, they've got some fancy schmancy colors going on with those bikes. There's the one we've all been waiting for, the lilac one. I love mini bikes. I grew up with a mini bike. Well, I didn't grow up with it. My cousin had one out in the suburbs where you could actually ride it in her yard. What else could they possibly do? Yeah. Your grandson's going to love those soon enough. The classics, you'll call them then. Their mighty waves rock the water. They are showing their true colors today. Purple. He's actually doing the parade probably the right way. Our little scooter that just went by. Senior living at Fountain Square. Again, the Wizard of Oz. And the Sound of Music. Sunrise at Fountain Square is a senior living community offering independent living, assisted living, and memory care, serving the residents of Lombard for 6 years. Oh, right, right. I would suspect you've been in every building in Lombard, maybe? Most of them? Oklahoma. You know, kudos to these participants. It's chilly. They have no gloves on. They're holding very cold instruments, and they're killing it. All of them, especially the kids. You got to have horses in a parade. Oh, there, yeah, the Medina Black Horse. And it is a nonprofit for organizations providing opportunities for girls and women with disabilities to build confidence and self-esteem in a supportive environment.
Well, I think we have next year's theme coming up.
Which is what? What do we have?
I don't know. Next year's theme.
Oh, next year's theme. Yes. Oh, again, there's the chamber being secretive, like I said earlier.
I think it's Happy Birthday Lombard, 150 years old.
That's going to be wonderful.
That's great. 1869 to 2019. You know what? That's going to be a really great Lilac Parade next year.
It's going to be a great year, actually. If I know Lombard, there'll be something happening all the time.
You got it. Okay, here come all of our...
Oh, there's a cart filled with cats. Oh, get
from
it?
the movie.
Cats.
Yeah, you know,
The
from
play.
the musical Cats.
Right.
Yes. That's some of the parade committee.
Sometimes it takes us a minute.
Right, and here come the Lilac Princesses.
Oh,
they are sponsored
yeah.
by the GFWC, Lombard Junior Women's Club. And the cheerwomen are Sue Horner and Nancy Sparts. And here come our beautiful princesses. Lilac Queen this year was Kathleen Gomez from Willowbrook High School. And we have Princess Madeline Novak, Princess Betty Ann Garrett, Princess Kiara Biddle, and Princess Elizabeth Ryder. And it is chilly out, and these girls...
They look just gorgeous,
They
though.
do.
They got to do it.
Beautiful.
They got to do it for all the girls in Lombard who want to be a princess one day.
And they've got that wave down for sure.
Oh, yeah. The royal wave. So now this time-honored tradition has been in existence in Lombard since 1930.
That's
The contest
great.
is open to all young ladies of Lombard who are between 16 and 21 years of age. The girls are judged on their academic record, community service, involvement, as well as poise, grace, speaking ability, and their appearance. And of course, the wave helps.
That's true. So Willowbrook High School Marching Band
Wow.
is pulling up the rear of our parade this year. And this is freshman through senior year students, so they sound great. So again, here comes our parade cheerwomen. We have Ellen Murphy and Nicole Siddick. And they've done a fabulous job once again with this year's Lilac Time Parade.
There she is, Nicole, making her last wave along the parade route. Now, you know, you might see her in a parade or two. I think it'll be a lot less stressful for her. You might see her smiling more.
And here's the committee.
New York Radio Club.
Clearly, it takes a village.
Oh, absolutely.
And a committee, of course. Thank them for the countless hours. And I think right after this parade, they're going to the first committee meeting for next year. Or sometime very soon.
Tell me at least they wait until tomorrow to start.
I would hope that they would celebrate
But you know, the way
today.
you hear Ellen speak, I don't know. It's something that they think about probably every day.
I'm sure they do.
I mean, when you think about what it takes to put on this kind of an event, it's just stunning.
Yes.
There's our men in black.
Our Lombard Police Command Unit.
And, yep, their big trucks are getting out.
And, of course, our street cleaners with their lilac scented perfume are coming up, bringing up the rear of our parade. Well, Judy, of course, it's been a lot of fun.
It's time to say goodbye already. My gosh, it just goes by so quick.
The parade just starts.
Yeah, and I would like to say thanks to our guests who stopped by. Lombard Village Police Chief Roy Newton, Lilac Parade co-chairs Alan and Nicole, and congratulations to their committee on another successful Lilac Parade. Also, we're of course indebted to Comcast.
Yes.
They run this show and they do a great job, and they do it all in their own time.
They do, yes. So we couldn't have done it without their terrific and talented team of producers. Let's see, we have Mike Hoyle and Vic Walter. They provided the resources to make this broadcast happen.
And then we had Mark Rodaba. I think I was pretty good on that one. And Dan Whitford. We look forward to working with Mark and Dan every year. Thank you. And the same goes to the awesome volunteer camera crew making us look so fabulous. On the camera audio operators, John Koitnick, Michelle Gardner, Mike Mikrut, Ray St. Louis, Rick Opperman, and production assistants Rachel Rudaba. I should really nail it on the second attempt.
Yeah.
Leah Whitford and Mrs. St. Louis. We're so grateful to you all.
So we thank you all for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to work with you again, Judy.
Absolutely, you too. And we'll see you all next year.
Don't forget to check out all the programming on Lombard Channel, Comcast Channel 6, and the Village of Lombard website, villageoflombard.org. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
See you next year for 150 years.